Attack on Titan. Now, y'all already know we're just inching away from the finale of Attack on Titan's anime. In fact, by the time you're watching this, I want to say either the latest or the grand finale, so to speak, of the final chapters, final parts of Attack on Titan might be readily available to watch, depending on when they release that bad boy and when this episode comes out. Although Saturdays 12 p.m. EST is when you can expect a new episode of Forever News. However, we got a message from Hajime Isayama, the creator of Attack on Titan, recently in regards to the anime, and at the same time him apologizing to the staff at Studio Mappa. If you're not familiar with Studio Mappa, there's a studio behind the finale of Attack on Titan, all the final chapters, final episodes, all that good stuff, as well as Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man, the latest season of Vinland Saga, so on and so forth. And yeah, there's been a lot that has come out in recent months regarding Studio Mappa, well, recent years to be honest with you, regarding Studio Mappa being a very toxic work environment.
Still moving on, still moving on. This is for my day ones. This is for my day ones.
Come on. So much so that a lot of the workers were speaking out, and Studio Mappa kind of clapped back at the workers by making them sign non-disclosure agreements where basically they can't talk about the rigorous and, you know, dare I say it, downright, again, toxic work environment that is Studio Mappa. So it's been a very, very convoluted situation, and I think to a certain degree, this was Hajime Isayama's response to the whole fiasco, but also just in general, giving a little bit of a nod on, yo, he put a lot of work into the original drawings and art of Attack on Titan and all that good stuff. So it's been very rigorous on Studio Mappa employers in general, because yeah, to make Attack on Titan anime, translating it from the manga and all of that incredible detail, I'd imagine it's a tall order. Here's what Isayama had to say though. Final season, Attack on Titan, based on the manga by Hajime Isayama. Isayama says, it's been 10 years since the TV anime started. Yes, 2013, baby. Thank you very much for sticking with us through all that time. The climax scene that happens in the last half of the final season was very hard to draw in the original manga as well. So I couldn't help but think this is going to be rough for Mappa. Mappa is probably thinking, please stop. I'm sorry, Mappa. I'm really sorry. Even then, I'm very excited to see how it'll turn out in the anime. Also this time, by my request, I got to draw a little bit of the rough draft towards the end. Please watch until the end. Very fascinating. I personally feel like, hands down, bar none, that is Isayama baiting people into that there might be a change in the ending of Attack on Titan, and I'm the original author, and I had a part in writing the rough draft for the ending of the anime, so make sure you watch to the end. By not necessarily saying it, he gets to be scot-free if it doesn't really change anything, but it also builds anticipation. It'll get a lot more people that maybe they were like, yo, Attack on Titan been playing with me too much, I don't care no more, I'm not wait, Isayama said what now? Isayama said, huh? That he worked on the rough draft for the oh, maybe he's changed. Oh my god, we might have a different ending for Attack on Titan. So definitely feels like Isayama's playing into that, even if it's just a little bit, or it could even be coincidental, although I don't believe in coincidences by any means. And him saying this is going to be rough for Mappa. Mappa's probably thinking, please stop. 110% they are thinking, please stop. They're probably even thinking worse. They're probably thinking like, take your manga and shove it, homie. We tired of drawing. And him apologizing, that's dope, especially considering the fact that doesn't seem like Studio Mappa is going to be apologizing to any of these animators, considering they're making them sign NDAs, non-disclosure agreements. They got them living at their desk, and I'm going to keep on essentially promoting the truth. You know what I'm saying? The truth of the matter is that animators and many of these animation studios are slaves. The Studio Mappa employees, yes, they signed on for this. Their dreams was probably to be animators. They did not understand what they were stepping into, on top of the societal structure of Japan, that they will probably face severe repercussions if they wanted to quit. That's something of a conversation that isn't talked about much regarding this whole situation with the animators and the animation studio. And that's that in Japan, because of the way their society is structured, when you leave a job or you get fired or anything in that sort of field happens, you get considered like a failure. You get considered, you know, the nail that stuck out, and you need to be hammered in. And it's way too much pressure for a lot of these people. And that's where we've had a lot of situations where people essentially delete themselves because of being failures. So the Studio Mappa employees, even if they wanted to quit, there's a big, weight on their shoulders of, everybody that I know is going to look at me different. I'm going to be considered a failure. I'm going to, let down my family family name, my whole, family tree, so to speak. These are the thoughts that they have, which is why they oftentimes stick around, despite the fact that they literally at Studio Mappa, I'm not using hyperbole, they literally are having their beds by their desk and sleeping in their beds and getting up to draw and going back to sleep. That is their lives. That is slavery. That is not cool, not bueno by any stretch of the imagination. And ultimately, I just want to send my heart out to the employees of Studio Mappa. Shout outs to Isayama, at the very least, apologizing for the extra workload that they have. I understand that some people are going to say, yo, but they signed up for this. I don't think a lot of these artists or animators, shall I say, really understand what they're signing up for. Understand that they're moving in to literally just work 24/7. And speaking from somebody that has had similar instances of working nonstop like that, I can tell you that it's stressful. I've never had to be an animator. I can only imagine that is a whole other level of stress because of the deadlines and whatnot. Again, salute to Studio Mappa employees. Again, shout outs to Isayama, apologizing to them over this whole situation. And hopefully they get not only raises after Attack on Titan is over, but maybe some breaks or something. Like, god damn, Studio Mappa, slow it down. Y'all picking up every anime title and y'all making these animators go nuts out there. So I just had to speak my piece on this situation because, whenever there's an opportunity to speak out on what's happening to these poor animators, I'm going to do just so. So shout outs to Studio Mappa animators. Studio Mappa, once again, do better. And I know this is about Isayama apologizing and all that other stuff, but yeah, why not use my platform for good? But we also have a whole bunch of other Attack on Titan related stories. For starters, Attack on Titan director breaks silence on the anime's big finale. It takes a village when it comes to creating the animated world of the Scout Regiment, with the same being true for the final episode of Attack on Titan's anime. With the episode touted to be the same length as a feature-length film, we're only a few days away from seeing the Survey Corps fight their biggest battle, which will also be their last. Oh my god, that's so sad to think of. Yo, we're about to be living in a world post-Attack on Titan anime. While the creator of the franchise, Hajime Isayama, had thoughts to share about the grand finale, director Yuichiro Hayashi had a special message for fans. Attack on Titan's final episode will unleash the full powers of the founding Titan, as anime viewers have only gotten a glimpse of what Eren Yeager can accomplish in the role. Unleashing the rumbling upon the world, Eren was able to eliminate most of the planet's population in one of the darkest, most brutal scenes of the series to date. It's pretty freaking brutal. Even though the Scout Regiment was able to accomplish their goal of coming face to face with their former friend, defeating him in combat is going to be another story altogether. Regardless of who claims victory here, fans should prepare themselves for some major deaths to take place in this last installment. And Yuichiro Hayashi, the current director of Attack on Titan's anime, had this to say about the upcoming finale. The anime Attack on Titan is finally heading towards its finale. These last 4 years, I faced this project every single day going, fight, fight. We put everything I could possibly think of into this, and I believe the final footage is just a compilation of all of our passion. A new script from Isayama Sensei, the actor's soul-filled performance. A new script from Isayama Sensei. Yo, are we getting a new ending for Attack on Titan? This is twice now, between Isayama saying that he worked on a rough draft for the ending, and then now a new script from Hajime's. I'm just saying, bro, what are we in store for? I gotta throw this in there. I'm sorry. The absolute perfect pieces of music. Please experience all of this. Yo, you can't, if you've been an Attack on Titan fan of the anime or manga or both, you need to experience this. And I don't get nothing from Studio Mappa, I don't get nothing from Isayama, I don't get nothing from none of this. I'm just saying that this sounds like an experience at the very least we all need to witness together on whatever they're going to do with this finale, because a new script, they might be changing the finale of Attack on Titan. This is madness. Well, Attack on Titan will debut in Japan on November 4th. Yeah, by the time you're watching this episode, either the episode is dropping or is about to drop, because, again, FORNEVERNEWS comes out Saturdays, 12 p.m. EST, which will be November 4th, so look out for it. It has yet to be seen as to whether or not it will arrive in North America the same day. When the penultimate episode arrived, many wondered if Crunchyroll would see the installment land on its platform that day of release. Luckily, the streaming service was able to bring the second to last episode to its roster that same day, which is a good sign for the final installment. There's no way possible that they can miss out on doing a simulcast on the final finale. You know what I'm saying? People are going to just pirate the living crap out of it. It's a finale. Nobody's waiting. Y'all got to get it together. Crunchyroll, y'all better have y'all translators there on deck, translating as soon as get it done. Y'all don't want to miss out on that hype train of people watching Attack on, it's gonna crash Crunchyroll. I'm calling it right now. It's the finale of one of the most talked about series of all time. Okay, let me stop. We got a little bit more. Attack on Titan, the final chapters, part 2 anime's main trailer has streamed. Pony Canyon began streaming a new trailer on Saturday for the Attack on Titan final season, the final chapters, just such a mouthful, part 2 anime. Linked Horizon is performing the theme song Nisen en Moshiku wa Niman nen ato no kimi e, to you in 2000 or 2000 years from now. I've always loved the first titled episode or whatnot. I always thought that was really dope. The anime will premiere, of course, November 4th, which will be at 11 a.m. EDT. The anime will stream on a whole bunch of places in Japan, but not saying where it'll be over here, and it'll be 85 minutes long, so that'll be an hour and 25 minutes, almost an hour and a half. Yeah, that's damn near like a full movie, and yeah, it's crazy. And then last but not least, another bombshell of an Attack on Titan story. We just got whole huge things between Isayama hinting that the finale is going to change of Attack on Titan, a director also hinting that the finale of the anime is going to change, and now we got an update on Attack on Titan, the manga that is supposed to be coming, the brand new manga from Hajime Isayama. And yeah, this is what the new manga is going to be about. Unfortunately, you may not be happy, or you may be happy about this. I don't know. Let's read. Attack on Titan shares first look at new manga one-shot. Attack on Titan is closing in on its biggest milestone to date. After more than a decade on air, the time has come for the hit anime to wrap up. November will mark the launch of Attack on Titan's anime finale, so all eyes are on our heroes. All eyes on me. Now Levi seems to have nabbed extra attention, and this is all thanks to a first look at Attack on Titan's upcoming manga one-shot. For those unaware of the situation, Attack on Titan is gearing up for a special release next April. Series creator Hajime Isayama will put out a new art book in April 2024 titled Attack on Titan Fly. The book will come complete with tons of unseen artwork, and that includes an all-new manga one-shot, which is how they're getting people to come buy that in droves. Now we have been shown storyboards for the big release, and it seems this new one-shot is all about... I don't know why I'm doing that. You're literally looking at the article on screen. Levi. Attack on Titan Fly art book. Bad Boy. 18-page new manga drawn by Hajime Isayama. 4 draft pages are now revealed. It's a new story about Levi's childhood, and as you can see, the draft pages released put Levi in focus, even if it's hard to tell. After all, these pages are rough drafts in the extreme. Still, we can make out Levi's kid form in the pages, so we are going to learn more about his tough past with this one shot. In these pages, we can see Levi with his mom at one point, but then there are others where he is alone. These following drafts show Levi in plane with a group of adults surrounding him. It seems the underground's harsh environment will come across in the new one shot as well. So of course, fans are curious. At some point, we know Levi is taken in by Kenny after his mom dies, and their bond is nothing short of toxic. Hopefully we get to see plenty of all new info about Levi's past, even if it is rather angsty. Right now, this new one shot will not go live until next spring, so Attack on Titan fans have some time to kill before its release. In the meantime, you can always prepare for the ending of Attack on Titan, which drops probably, this Saturday, November 4th. Yeah, okay, so I feel like for fans that were scared that this new manga one shot was going to be another retcon or changing of the ending of Attack on Titan, it was going to take place after, your fears are relieved. It's a prequel manga way back in the day when Levi was a little kid. I hope they have, because I can't remember when he ran into Erwin, because there was, I think it was either a light novel or a visual novel of sorts that had like Levi when he first met Erwin. I think they even turned that into a manga now that I think of it, where he first met Erwin and he started, going with him, and there was like a very toxic relationship between Levi and Erwin. Now that I think about it, he had a toxic relationship with Kenny, and then that just translated over to Erwin. And I remember there was one time I read something where Levi was talking about like he was gonna kill Erwin and all sorts of stuff. So I'm curious if that's going to be involved in this or not. But either way, yeah, a prequel, personally for me, I'm like, okay, it'll probably be good, so that's dope. And also, it won't mess around with the ending of Attack on Titan and make fans go nuts, so that's good too. Me personally though, as far as things go, I do always prefer like, okay, I'm invested in the Attack on Titan world. If you've seen the ending of Attack on Titan's manga, you can deduce that maybe there's a possibility for some sort of sequel or spin-off or whatnot. And I was hoping that if this was going to be that, which I feel is personally inevitable with a title like Attack on Titan, one of the most popular, manga ever, and one of the most popular, probably the most popular Kodansha manga in existence, I was assuming that one shot that Isayama did was going to be a Kickstarter or a launching pad, so to speak, for whatever sequel series they were going to do. but Levi prequel is fine too. There you have it, people. That's all the Attack on Titan stories I have, but big stuff. To recap just again, Levi prequel manga will be coming next year. Attack on Titan's ending has seemingly a new draft of writing based on what Isayama and the director of Attack on Titan's anime said. It's a very interesting finale for the Attack on Titan fandom.
Thought it would have been, wish it would have been. Acting like I'm fine is getting harder to pretend. I said, thought you would have been, wish you would have been. Maybe I was wrong, it was me all along.